Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, the live stream last week, we did the Salvage mission, and I've done some more work on it because we didn't really finish it, and this is what we've got left. A big fat nothing, because it's all stored inside the cargo ship. Just to show you how much there is, let's go over to inventory. We've filled up a large cargo container, an azimuth large cargo container. That's 12 million meters cubed. Yeah? 12.6 million meters cubed because I'm using 10 times inventory size. And then we've nearly half filled another one. That's how much resources. And I didn't even get all of the steel plate. There were... I left some things around and then deleted them afterwards. And then I copy-pasted things back in, and we have our cargo ship, the live ship, and down here the collector. The salvager didn't make it. It died several times, in fact, so we no longer have the salvager, but we don't need it anymore because we have all the resources. I also did some repairs on the ship so that we now have everything operational. There's no hull fragments destroy. Well, no, there is. I mean, I didn't have enough thruster components in order to fix this bit because these things are ridiculous on thrust. 600 thruster components. I mean, really. Technically, we don't need that many thrusters, but it just looks nice. We'll repair it when we get back to the surface. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're heading back to the planet. The planet. You know, over there. First of all, what we want to do is we want to set the live ship with the collector to go back to the jump point. Right? Jump point. We're also going to send ourselves back there because that's going to be helpful. Because it means, well, we make sure that we're on the correct trajectory and we don't jump we don't exit warp too far away from our base. Because obviously the atmosphere stops you from being able to jump and what have you. I've got inventory. Hello, inventory. Yeah. We've also got at least 3,000 uranium because that's the amount that I brought with me. Yeah, I believe that's it. Yeah, I have 1.3 million steel plate. So we're good. We're good forever. And I mean forever. We don't need to build anything anymore. Well, no. We don't need to craft anything anymore. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Anyway, let's get something done. Live ship. No. Remote access. Remote access. Take control of live ship. Then we want to go to jump drive. Let's hide those. That's fleet jump driver. Fine, I don't know how to spell. You are heading to fleet location. I believe that's where we're headed. No, jump point is where we're headed. Okay. Just gonna make sure that that's the case. Jump point. Is it? Yes, jump point. Okay. So if we go like this, get the spectator camera so that we can actually see what we're doing. So what we want to do is we just want to simply press jump button and that will jump and be fine. Hopefully it won't die. There we go. As you can see, jump drive is working. It's going to jump them in a second and I'll lose communication. See? Lost communication, but it's jumped. Yes. And apparently I can still talk to it even though it's like 250,000 kilometers away. No, 250 kilometers away, not 250,000. That would be 3 magnitudes off. Anyway, I just dropped out, didn't I? Yes. Let's do this. Jump drive. We are heading to jump point. Select. We want to align to target because we're fancy. Yeah, fancy. I guess we no longer need the body location waypoint or the Scarab's grave waypoint because we're never coming back here. So, yeah, I died. See that? Died. Yeah. No, hang on. That was in another another instance, another game instance, so that wouldn't be the case. I want to check. Am I not allowed to? Ah, here we go. I just want to make sure that we're good on sim speed. Yeah, that's good. Though really I wasn't doing much, so no point. Double check that we are actually heading to the correct location. Yes. Jump point, good. Yeah, we're good. Thumbs up. And we shall jump, and hopefully not die in the process. Jump. I have a bad feeling about this, because we're actually 30 kilometers away. Maybe we couldn't jump that far? What's our max jump distance? Well, we'll find... Oh my god. Yeah, so we used up all of our jump capacity. That's how heavy we are. Also, apparently, my reactors aren't doing anything because they're lazy. But yeah. So, yeah, I just want to point out the fact that if you look in the bottom right, if you're looking in 1080p, which you might be, it might be 720, in which point I apologize. So yeah, we're at what? 11.6 gigagrams, which I don't think we have the ability to keep level whilst in atmosphere. Yeah. I mean, look at this acceleration here. It's just 1g. And I mean, really. Is that the best I could do? Probably. This thing used to do like 5Gs when it didn't have anything in, so... yeah. Just sitting here. Yeah, stop moving. Well, no, stop accelerating, rather. We can let ourselves glide to victory. There's some asteroids. There's some asteroids. What we also want to do is we want to make sure that the everything didn't die. I don't know why I'm able to see that, because I don't have something that has that range. I don't have an antenna that has ranges of over 200,000 kilometers, actually. Probably might want to check that. Cargo ship. Yeah, 10,000. Nowhere near enough. Right. There's the live ship. About 15,000 kilometers away. Our jump drive is going to be fully charged in about 5 minutes. Good. We're just going to sit at this velocity and not do anything. Because if we do, I fear I might destroy this thing. Noting that if one of the cargo containers that house the resources that we have gets destroyed, the entire rear section of the ship will disappear with it. Because the momentum of the objects, or the momentum change of the objects, will be so massive. Okay, right. Just some explaining. So when a cargo container dies, it maintains velocity. So the contents inside maintain velocity, which means that if you change your velocity, you're going to get hit very, very hard on the inside, because there are floating objects and what have you. And if the floating objects are compressed and the cargo container destroyed, then they just spread out everywhere. They bump into things, they tear everything apart. And because the stacks are massive, that means their mass is massive. And we all know that kinetic energy is related to mass and velocity. So their velocity increases because they're packed together and trying to get apart. Their mass increases because they're massive stacks. That causes your entire ship to die. Right, what we just want to do is we want to investigate... No, not you. Where? I can't even see things. Oh, right, that's because the spectator camera's in the wrong area. Oops. Right, we want to investigate the live ship. Are you doing weird things? The answer to that question is no. That's the correct answer. However, I feel like we should go over there and disconnect the... Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to sit here, leave this thing out here so it doesn't get destroyed instantly, noting that it shouldn't get possessed by the warp because we don't have a ship attached to it, because we no longer have the salvager. Touch wood. We want to head down this way towards the live ship, my friend. It will take us about, I don't know, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we've arrived! Now we need to slow down. Okay. Maybe I should have slowed down halfway. That might have been a good idea. Right, let's get in. Let's do things. Come on, come. It slowly does it. In. Unpark. Get down. Good. I'll sort that out later. Later being when I come back to destroy all of these. Which may or may not happen. And then we just want to return to the cargo ship. Which is kind of easy. I still love how my suit has a black body and a red helmet. It's weird. It shouldn't happen because your color scheme is only for your suit in general, which is supposed to be the same as your helmet, but it's not for me for some reason. I don't know what that reason might be. Maybe it's because I destroyed the game, as you do on a Wednesday evening, morning, afternoon. On a Wednesday, let's just say that. Now, since we've now returned the ship that we loaned from the fleet, do you loan something from yourself? Now we're going to go and return to the endearing, lovely base that we have set up that definitely won't lead us to die. Sounds like fun. Now, we are going to turn off inertia dampeners. What we're going to do is we're going to get within inside the atmosphere and then carefully slow down. Because if we get to the point where we cannot maintain altitude, I'll just try to burn us up higher so that we can then go down to the planet with whatever hydrogen we have left and then do something. No, we have the materials to build it. No, we don't have thruster components. Give me a second. We have 630 thruster components. Okay, that's enough for one of those rear engines. Not enough for, say... no, I don't want that. Hang on, control... No, not control B. It's another hotkey that allows you to enter build mode whilst in a ship, and it's not control B because control B is create blueprint. Control G? Yes. Right. We want... You know, whilst casually falling. So this... Oh, this is advanced thruster modules. Oh. Yeah, that's going to make things difficult. Because these Angel thrusters are amazing, but we don't have any advanced thruster modules on us, and we don't have any ability to create any unless we go back to the mobile refinery, because that has some advanced assemblers, and we can deassemble. No, screw it. We're going to continue with present course. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to alter present course. We're going to head over this way, making sure that our velocity vector is headed in the correct direction. I'm pointing towards the velocity vector. You may not realise this, but that's the thing in the bottom right-ish that has an arrow, and it's both a it has a velocity vector which is the plus arrow, and then it has a another thing. I realise that we are now in lag territory. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Come on, I want stats. I want to see sim speed. Right? Right. Okay. We are currently running at 0.1 to 0.2 sim speed. This seems mighty familiar. I think this game just hates me. Yeah, the game probably just hates me. Yeah, definitely. This is going to be hilarious. I'm currently looking at the open broadcast software window. We're still fine. Still fine, yes. Sim speed is back up to 1 though. So we should be able to glide down with better efficiency. However, I'm going to take the approach of not being in the dark. Yeah, you can see where our base is if I turn off everything. You could see those flickering lights on that hill over there. Imagine the size of a city. Probably the size of that lake off to the left. Probably. And you can see that from orbit, so you should be able to see a city from orbit. Right. How lovely, how lovingly relaxing. Now, I would take a screenshot here, but it would stop the recording. Screw that. That works, right? He says. Yep, we're back up and running. You may have seen a slight jump cut. That's because I, well, took a screenshot, because that's going to be used in the thumbnail. Because that's a lovely setting that we've got. Right. How far are we? 30 kilometers, and we're 25 kilometers above the surface. Lovely. Let's give a slight braking. Right, let's zero out with the true horizon, or false horizon. I don't know which one to call it. Artificial horizon. Yes, that's it. We're also receiving more sim speed reductions. It seems I haven't paid my subscription to monthly yet. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Just don't even think about what I'm thinking about. I can't speak today, though then again I can't speak any day, so that's fine. So we should be heading straight for nearby the outpost. And what I want to see is, we're going to slow down a bit. Right? I'm going to cut off some speed here because I really, really do not want to make a suicide burn whilst our ship can barely keep altitude. It should be able to keep altitude because of the tier 4 thrusters that we have so liberally placed on the bottom of the ship. How many do we have? 4, 6, 10, 14, 18, 24? Yeah, we've got 24 tier 4 thrusters. Yeah. Right, we're about to reach altitude. Initiate slowdown procedures. Right. We can last about 6 hours at this altitude. We're going lower. Right, we want to make sure that this is over where we want to go. We want to aim a bit more downwards so that we're level with the horizon, and then continue. Because the ion thrusters that we're currently using are still kind of efficient at this altitude, we're going to be using them to move into position, and then we're going to lower again. Now, the only problem is we don't have anywhere to dock. Okay? No place to dock, sad face. Which means that we're going to have to find some way to land. Because I really don't think that this thing will keep altitude for that long. I mean, we do have 2 arc reactors that are powering this thing, which is why this thing's actually still in the air, but you probably get my point anyway. Right. Now this thing can either go horribly well, or horribly not well. I'm going to let gravity decide, because I'm foolish. I'm also going to open the hangar door so that we have air coming in, just so that when we have a rupture, we don't have objects flying out into the unknown. Well, into the planet, rather. Because giving those objects even more velocity when we crash will just make the crash worse. Yeah. The only thing I hope for is that everything that we worked for doesn't die instantly in a fire of ash and cinder and what have you. Right, we're getting down there. You see down there that we have the shipyard. Not going to help. Just no. We're going to need somewhere else. You can also see down there the ruins of the shipyard. I mean, we only have one shipyard left. Oh God, no. Wow. Yeah, we need to be more careful. So you can see the ruins of the shipyard. We now only have one base capable of creating new ships properly, and you know, this planetary base is it. Okay. We can successfully fly, I think is what I'm saying here. Okay. We're good? Good? Yes. Good. Good. Okay. And we are fine, he says, waiting for death to happen. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to find a way to park. Because we can safely float at this altitude for about 9 hours, but after that, we have no clue what's going to happen. We also want to make sure that we're level with the horizon, because then we're level with the base itself. Right. So, my original idea of where we should have our parking lot, I guess it is a parking lot. We want to head right. Okay. Is going to be on the other side of the shipyard, of the construction bay, of the large ship construction bay, the berthing pod, and insert name that you seem appropriate, basically there. We're just going to slowly but surely move into position, maintaining lateral velocity whilst making sure that we're not going too far out of reach. And the reason why I chose this location is because, well, it's got kind of a drop-off so that we can have our lovely ships docked without having to dig out the terrain even more. We might need to, just to make it better for some ships that we've built, but overall not necessary. I may have overshot. Okay, right, let's go down a bit. Uh-oh. Oh, I've just noticed. We didn't have the atmospheric thrusters on, so that was only ion thrusters. Interesting. Wow, that just made it feel like the atmospheric thrusters are kind of useless on this thing, which is pretty good, because that means I don't need them. Though, I'm still going to keep them, because they're much better than the... Well, they're much more fuel efficient than the Angel thrusters. Okay. So let's just get down here, and then we should be good. We want to look up a bit, and then are we good? Yeah, I mean we could turn a bit so that we're parallel, and that's it. We're kind of parked. Now I don't know how long this will actually stay at this altitude, because of course everyone knows that this is very loud. Okay. Right. Let's get out of here. Don't get killed by the thrusters. Yeah, that's the salvage mission done. Hooray! Rejoice! We will party like it's 1999, apparently. What are you there for? What are you there for? Ooh, I think the shipyard mod got fixed. Yes. Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. Because it's using a band to select where things happen. It might be because I removed a single mod, which is why we're still using regular, the vanilla tools rather than the high definition tools, because the welder for the high definition tools just broke. Anyway. Now I'm going to have to build some sort of dock for this thing, which will happen in the next episode, because we are sadly near time limit. And I'm afraid the dock will take a bit too much time in order to make. So that's going to be exciting. But until then, my name has been Zero Jake. Let's turn that off. End transmission.